Hello, it's Fiona Whitten from Oakfield Crafts here, and welcome to another virtual card in a cuppa. So it's the third Wednesday of April, and I have another 3 cards to share with you today. Well, I say 3. I've made one, and I'm not quite sure what happened, but haven't quite finished the second one. So guess what? It means you get to see me make 1.5 cards today instead of 1. But anyway, so those of you who have the kit, hopefully you have that to hand. And today we are making use of some paper from the Ornate Garden Designer Series paper pack, which is one of the 12 by 12 packs that's retiring on the 3rd of May. And well, I'm also die cut some pretty. Well, it comes from the borders, but actually this is a standalone die. It's not actually a border, although you can stick it on the border. So this is from the Ornate Border Dies. So it's this particular die, which is really nice because it's a standalone. There is another one that you can use as a border. It has these 2 pieces. Which is the bit that you actually put along the edge of your card. But you can also cut it as a standalone as well, because there's a second piece, second die that will cut out that piece. And then there's all sorts of other things. There's some cute little delicate curves, scallops, all sorts of things. And there are also some flowers to go on here. But I have to say I cheated because for mine I used a small bloom punch, which is this one. Sadly, this too is retiring. I can't believe it. It's one of my go-to punches. Got bits all over the place, never mind. One of my go-to punches. So yeah, that's going on the 3rd of May as well. I'm trying to think if it's still in stock. I can't remember offhand. It was when I last looked, but things change quite quickly. Anyway, so the dies are going forward. The punch is not, and the paper's not. So in your kit, you should have, you guessed it, an envelope. You've got a Terracotta Tile card base. So this is one of the 2019-2021 in colours, which also is retiring beginning of May, on the 3rd of May. You've got 2 pieces of basic white, one for the inside, one for the front. The die cut, which is also from the Terracotta Tile. 4 flowers. You will have a strip of Bumblebee cardstock, and then you will also have 6 strips, and they should all be different because there are 6 different sheets. They're double-sided, so you've got a strip from each of the sheets of paper in the Ornate Garden pack. So there are flowers on one side, and then some sides have flowers again, but some other sides also have foiling on. So this particular one, as you can see, hopefully you can see it, has foiling on. That one has foiling on. That actually obviously must be the same as that one. Well, you should have 6 different strips. And then we've got these as well. So without further ado, I will show you the one card that I have made so far. So this is it. So I started off with the card base, and I chose 2 of the strips that I wanted. So I simply glued those on and then glued the white to the card front. And then I carefully glued the die cut. Now, you need to glue it before you actually stick this piece of cardstock onto the card front, because the die is slightly longer. If you see, just a little bit. I mean, you could probably get away with it if you wanted to, but I wanted and just leave it overhanging. But I decided I wanted to cut mine so that it actually was the just the size of the cardstock. So it's glued on, and then I use some foam pads to adhere that to the card front, and then I just scrunched, it's a very technical word, scrunched my flowers just to give them a bit of dimension. Obviously, if you put this in the post, it'll get flattened, but just leave a little note saying scrunch your flowers up, and then I put rhinestones in the middle. So it's fairly straightforward. And then what I did is I actually, instead of using the whole strip of the paper, I cut a 1 centimetre strip off. So I've used what's left in the inside of the card and then the 1 centimetre strip on my envelope, so that they all coordinate. So that's what I've done with that particular card. Now the paper and the dies were designed to go with this Ornate Thanks stamp set, and also the Ornate Style stamp set. You will have seen quite a few cards made with this stamp set on my blog and on Facebook. So the stamp set Ornate Style is actually retiring, but I'm happy to say that the Ornate Thanks is continuing. And I like this stamp set because you have large fonts and you have small fonts. So you can actually make up your own sentiment. So you can say thank you, or you know, just wanted to say thank you for all your help, thank you, you're amazing, thank you for all you do, and so on. So there's lots of little sentiments with this small font, and then you've got the nice big bold fonts as well. So I'm going to use this, and I have actually already stamped it for the second card. The trick, just so that you know, is that this is photopolymer, which means it doesn't, so it's clear. That means it doesn't have the foam on it like the red rubber. So when you are stamping it, you want to have something underneath your cardstock or whatever it is that you're stamping on that has a bit of give. And I don't necessarily mean your craft table, because my craft table has a bit of give, but it's not enough. So if you have like a Stampin' Pierce mat or piece of foam, whatever, it doesn't want to have too much give, but it wants to have a little bit. So anyway, I've stamped that. So I've stamped thank you for all you do. And I'm going to turn this so that it's a landscape card rather than a portrait card, because that way I can then make use of the whole of that piece of Bumblebee cardstock. So I will put that on there. I have thought about this one already. So then I've taken one of my pieces of paper. So as you can see, it's too long, so you want to make sure that you cut it, you stick it and cut it before you put the whole thing onto your card front. And I'm going to layer this piece on top. And this time I'm not going to worry about cutting off the end, but I will worry about cutting off the end for that. And then, let's see, I want to pick another one to go on. So we could go a little bit more fussier with that one. I want to bring in all the colours that are in the paper and in the card. Actually, I might go that one because it's a smaller piece. And they won't be too in your face then. So let's, first of all, we're going to glue these two pieces of paper on. So I get my trusty glue. Hopefully this is actually not playing up today. I've had a bit of an issue with my Facebook at the moment. I really don't know. I think there's all sorts of funny things going on at the moment. So I've had to sort of reset a few things. If you find that you are not getting notifications about when I'm going live or if I have posted, then you may need to go into your settings too. That's what I found was happening. It had reset my notification settings so that it basically didn't tell me anything, which was not very helpful. So if you want to know when I go live or when I post, then if you go into your notifications and then click on, I can't remember the button now, but there's a thing on there. Hopefully it's apparent. And then that way you can make sure that you will get the updates that go on there. So, scissors. Wouldn't believe it that I do actually tidy my desk every morning before I start. Haha. But then I still manage to lose things very quickly. And it's not like, I was going to say it's not like I'm surrounded by lots of stuff, but actually I am, because I've got my pre-order, which is really exciting. So I've started to make things with that, and you'll slowly see over the next week things going up on the Facebook page and on my blog with projects and things that I've made. So, and I've also got all the catalogues that I need to send out, which will be going in the post this week. I've virtually finished all the cards and other bits and pieces that I need to include with them. So if you've requested one, great. If you're already a customer, great. If you haven't requested, if you're not a customer and not requested one yet, then don't miss out. It's fabulous, this new catalogue. So you can request one from my Facebook page and from my Oakville Crafts blog. Right, so I was going to put that, and we're going to put this on here. And I might just be brave actually and put some mini dimensionals on the back of it. Maybe I won't, because now I can't see where I've put them. I don't want to have to get up again to find them. Oh dear. They're the one thing that I always seem to manage to lose. So, you know what? I'm going to have to use the large ones. I just got a fresh pack of large ones out as well. Because I'm going to put the flowers on the middle, I'm not too worried about the fact that these dimensionals could be seen. There's one good reason to put those other flowers on. Hides all the other stuff that's going on underneath, and then you don't have to worry about it. I'm just going to snip a piece off this. Make use of the other bits as well. Just need to make sure it's all supported. Make sure you can't see it, but you can, so I just need to take a little piece off. Brute force and all that. It's probably a bad idea, but when you're trying to do these things sometimes, especially when you're on camera. Right, and now I'm not going to put it directly onto that piece at the end, because that's going to be overhanging and it might not necessarily fit. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Where did I put the flower the last time? I'm just trying to make sure that 1, 2, 3. Oh, there was only 4. Okay, for some reason I thought there was 5, but no, there's only 4. Broken my. I don't really have a strict rule that you can only have in. No, it's has to be odd numbers. I'm not that bad. Let's see. I don't mind it going over the white and over the edge, so that's that on there. Now this needs to go on as well, so actually I think I will put some foam pads underneath that. Try and do that quickly. So as I said, the catalogues are going out. Included in the catalogues, there's an invitation to the catalogue launch, which is happening on the 15th of May. The catalogue does actually go live on the 4th of May, but the weekend directly after that, I thought it was going to be busy, so I put in the 15th for the actual catalogue launch event. So hopefully you can make it. It will be on Zoom and Facebook. So if those of you want to join me live can do so on Zoom. Those of you who are happy, much happier just to watch it on Facebook, then that's fine. You can do that too. So right, I think that's kind of that's level. And then all I need to do is to put my extra flowers on. So as I said, you can just simply scrunch them up, or the other thing that I tend to do is just kind of put them in the palm of my hand and use a bone folder or a ball tool and just sort of play around with them till you've got a shape that you're happy with, basically. There's all sorts of things you can do with this, especially punches and cardstock are good because it's a quick way of getting an extra shape and dimension onto your card. I've got more of these somewhere. There they are. And if you, I think I shared one time, if you actually take your cardstock and you keep scrunching it, eventually you'll find that the edges start to split, which is okay. I personally don't have a problem with that. I know of a lot of people who do have a problem with taking cardstock and scrunching it and ripping it, but personally it's cardstock. It's what it's there for. Supposed to use it. And then you'll find that the edges split. In fact, you know what, I might just show you here. So I mean, you can be, I'm going to say scrunch, I really do mean scrunch. I don't mean just fold it about a little bit. And if you just keep going, doing it, you'll find that, as I said, the edges start splitting. And you can then actually split the punched shape. So I don't know if you can see here on this one that the edge has just started to split here, like this. And if you carefully split each petal, she says, I haven't got the nails for this. There we go. Once it starts going, it's much, much easier. Oops. That's something going a cropper. Like that. And it kind of looks like suede then. So then you could stick these together to make a different flower. And I'm not going to do it with all of these because we'll be here all day. And I'm sure you've all got other things to do, especially now that we're all able to go out and actually shop and visit people. I haven't been to see my mum yet. That's one of my things that I need to do. Right, my glue seems to have come to an end. So, as you see, you can layer it and make a completely different looking flower. It's probably going to look a bit odd having that particular one on here, but heck. So it's going to go on there. And again, you can play around with it to your heart's content till you get a shape that you like. So I'm just going to quickly glue these, and then obviously you can add some rhinestones in, which you can leave as just the plain clear ones, or if you've got a Stampin blend, if you've got a Calypso Coral Stampin blend, then the dark one looks almost like the Terracotta Tile, or obviously you can use yellow, a Daffodil Delight or something like that and colour it yellow. It's really up to you. So this technique just makes the flowers a bit softer, like that. So hopefully you can see that now. That's the different one, so it is much softer. And I'll finish this one off later, and obviously I'll put the photograph on the Facebook page and also on my blog and YouTube. So that's that second card, and then obviously I've still got all those other pieces of paper the other strips that I can use, cut up and put on the inside of my card and also on the envelope. So that's the second one. And then the third one, again, what are we going to do? All right, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I've got 2 of those. I don't know where the others I know are around. You might find that you actually need to prick out some of the pieces that are in the die cut. I know, a bit remiss of me not to do that for you, but I figured that you probably wouldn't mind, she says. So what we're going to do with this one, so I quite like the gold that's on here. You may find, because the way the trimmer works, you may need to actually just take a bone folder or your thumbnail and just flatten out the edges, because it will have raised up the piece underneath. So I'm going to do that. Put that on. And again, you can go as simple or as complicated as you want to. And I think I'm just going to keep this one simple. So I'm going to use the gold there. Where are my flowers? There they are. And I could just put the flowers on, or I could put this over the top, but I think that would hide that. What else have we got? Oh, we've got green as well. So you can make your own layers with this. So we've got a green layer. That layer. Let's see, what else have we got that I like. It's green again. So you could just play, and I haven't got any more gold. Nope. Oh well. Is that gold? Yes, it is. Maybe we'll swap that then. I'll put that one on. So you could just take all this all the way across. Like so. Makes it a bit different. Might be a bit too much. Yeah, maybe we'll just stick to that. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to cut it in half, and then I can put it on both sides. I know it measures 2.5, so if I just cut it just over 1 on both. So long as I've got 2 straight edges, it doesn't matter too much. So we're going to put, so this one's going to go underneath, as is that one. So you'll have the bit of the green sticking out. And it's going to be easier to put the glue on here and then put that on top than the other way around. Keep picking up the glue that's not got much in. So I was saying, oh yes, open house on the 15th of May, starting at 11. So, and it finishes, it's a few hours long. So you can dip in and out as you want. There'll be a couple of make and takes. I am charging this year. It's a normal amount of £5, and you can choose 2 out of the 3 make and takes, and I will send them to you beforehand so that you can make with me as we go along, or you can just watch the video or whatever at a later date, and then you will receive a £5 credit against an order placed in June. So all that information will be going out with the catalogue, and it's also going to be going up on here. probably later today. And then of course there will be my buy one get one free. So that'll be going on. There'll be all sorts of things. There'll be some fun games. So we're going to put that on the top there. Again, I need to use my thumbnail to do that. And because you've got 6 pieces, you can use any combination that you like. You don't have to go with the combination that I've come up with. If there's another combination that you prefer, or if there's something that is someone's favourite colour, then obviously go with that. It's really up to you. Let's take that piece off. Put it somewhere so I don't get glue everywhere. So, this piece. And then the question is, do I want to go horizontal, vertical? Actually, that's quite nice like that. I think I might do that, but I'm not going to stick the flowers on this time, which does mean that I really should find my mini dimensionals. Just bear with me 2 seconds whilst I have a quick scout around. How bad is that? No, I know what I'm going to use instead. Just as well, I'm going to use some glue dots, because then it won't be raised up so high. So I just need to be sure that you can't see them. So the trick with the glue dots is to simply take the item that you want to stick on to the glue dot, push it on the glue dot, and then you can remove it and you'll find that the glue dot has stuck. And then let's see. And also it means that you can see whether or not you've completely hidden the glue dot. Oops, I don't need that bit. It's obviously decided it doesn't want to be there anymore. That's that one. Oh, no, that one's got one on, so I'm going the wrong way. And then, let's see if I can get one there. That's it. So I've got, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 on there. That should be sufficient. It's not like it's a really heavy piece that's going to be holding anything else up. So again, I'm just going to simply, it's going to be hanging over the edge. More at the top. Yeah, it's going to, well, I'm not going to try shifting it now. More at the top than the bottom. And then I'm going to glue this to the card front. Like so. So now this one I'm going to add with some foam pads. Now, do I want to put a sentiment on there? I mean, I could turn it that way again and then just stamp the sentiment on there. So I've got a thank you. Or what else did we have? So grateful, thanks. Let's see. I quite like that. But I like it that way. But I don't think I'm going to stick with it that way because I do prefer having, if my fold is on the side, I do prefer it to be able to stand up. I'm not one for having my cards go that way. Oh, I am, but I prefer to have the fold here, so I would have cut the cardstock a different way. Now I know I had dimensionals. There they are. These are going to be the death of me, these things. So I can't put them down anywhere. It's not like I can actually blame anybody else other than me. It's not like the dogs run off with them or anything. I mean, he does run off with the backs of the dimensionals, but that's not deliberate. It's just because he happened to be walking by when one falls on the floor. Although he does like playing with the bins. I have pop-up bins, which are great for class. And if he gets hold of them, then that's it. It's entertainment for a good 5-10 minutes. Now, I'm not going to put this directly to the left. I want a bit of the white to show. So, you know what, now that I've done it, maybe I will put the flowers on, or maybe I'll just put some large rhinestones in the middle. Let's see what I have. Well, I've got still got some holiday rhinestones, and I'm happy to say that they too are going to be carrying over, because these are really good, because it saves on having to colour things, especially if there's something that will go with what you have. Let's see, if I put a large one on, will that hide things? Not really. So maybe I'll have to do something else, or just leave it as it is. Maybe I'll put it somewhere else. Maybe if I put him on here, that works. Oops. Trying to find the small ones to go on these. Oops. Go on. It's too big. Just go on that one. There we go. Right, so that's my third card. I haven't finished the inside. Again, I will sort that out in a minute and share with you. Now, the only thing you need to be careful of is that because I had this piece hanging over, I just realised it's hanging over too much. If it hangs over the bottom, or just to the edge of this card, that's fine. But if it hangs over any further than that, when you come to stand it up, it's going to get bent. So, so that's my fault for not checking. So I'm just going to have to trim it. I'm still going to trim it to the bottom of the card though, so that when it does stand up, it's not going to, yeah, that's it. It's not going to be affected by it. Okay then, so that's my third card. So where are all my other cards? Let's see now, what colours should we put on here? I think I will put clear on these, and then at least you can see that it's finished on the front, even if it's not on the back. So I'm going to use my take your pick tool quickly just to pick up the rhinestones. Let's move all the rubbish out the way. Oops. If you could see me, I'm actually sitting here in virtual darkness because I'm in the basement, and I'm trying to avoid all the shadows that the lights cause. So I'm sitting with all the lights off except for my desk lights. Right. So those are the three cards. So this is the one that I made beforehand. So it's paper, cardstock, stick, and then that's it. This one you're going to stamp, stick, and do. And then if you want to, you can split your flowers. So if you just keep scrunching till the edges start to separate, and then just peel very carefully. And then obviously you can glue the bits together to get a more fuller card flower. Or there's just that one, which is quick and simple, just layering up some of the strips of paper so that you can see the gold foiling. Okay, well that's it for now. So catalogues will be going in the post. If you want one, please let me know. You can, if you go onto the oakvillecrafts.com blog, then there is a request a catalogue button in the right hand margin. There's Facebook live next Wednesday, which is the 5th Wednesday of the month. So I will have a card and stamping techniques, and I actually may do a sneak peek of some in colour stuff as well. And what else should I be telling you about? Retirement list. I'm sure you're probably aware now that's going on. And card and a Cuppa kits for May. If you want them, then you need to sign up by the 24th. So today's the 21st, so you've got a couple more days. So cut off is the 24th. And I'm also putting up the details for June and July too. They'll be going up on the blog so that you can order the kits for those as well. And obviously May will have some new stuff in, so that will be exciting. And I hope to see you next week. Excuse me. And in the meantime, stay safe and take care. Bye.